Welcome to another episode of Me, My Wife, and Sports. I'm your host, Fitz, with my lovely co-host, Darcy.
Hello.
All right. We took a little hiatus, and now we're getting ready to start our second season of this podcast, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. We spent a little time last month with family, and now we're back in the saddle again to provide our commentary and our opinions, as well as facts about various sports. Darcy?
Okay.
All right. Well, before we get started, though, during our time off, we lost a great football player from the Dallas Cowboys, Larry Allen Jr. He passed away on June the 2nd of this year at age 52. And if you were a Cowboy fan or not, you pretty much remember Allen as a hell of a player. So our condolences to his family and friends.
We also lost, I thought you was going to say, Willie Mays.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. Who was a legendary baseball player, passed at the age of 93.
Wow. He lived a long life.
He was the Say Hey kid.
I remember that. I remember watching cartoon growing up of him.
Started with the Negro League, played with the Giants and with the Mets, ended with the Mets. 23 seasons in the Major League Baseball.
Wow.
So our condolences to the Mays family as well.
Yes, definitely.
Great loss.
Moving to baseball, I don't know if you heard, it's this baseball player who plays for the Pirates, Marcano, and he reportedly bet on the Pirate games in Major League Baseball. And I don't know if they made the decision yet, but they're looking to ban him for life.
So this is new? This just happened?
This happened probably a month ago or so, and he was on the injured reserve list for the Pirates. So he decided, let me place a few bets since I have an inside track.
Playing.
Right? Making some money. Well, I'm sure he's getting paid on injured reserve. Maybe not his full salary, but...
Do they get paid on injured reserve? I think so, yeah.
They have to, because you would think that the injury is based off of their play, whether it's in practice or actual game situation, I would imagine. So it's sort of like workers' comp. But so, again, another athlete going down the drains because of his betting or urge to bet on sports, you know?
It's unfortunate.
It is. All right. Now, in NFL football, there was a lot of shifting of players and salary negotiations because the Cowboys are still trying to get some salaries squared away. But Justin Jefferson, he got a 4-year contract extension worth $140 million, including $110 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
To stay with Minnesota?
To stay with Minnesota. Now, whether they got somebody to throw the ball to.
I was going to say, who's their quarterback?
I don't know. They got rid of, what was his name?
Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more to come and more to see on that.
Interesting.
It is. Now, did you know that there is actually, this is sort of a side note or a ha-ha in my opinion, there's pillow fight competitions.
No.
Yes, the Pillow Fight Championship, PFC. It was formed in 2021, and its founder, Steve Williams.
Is that going to be an Olympic sport now?
I do not know.
Pillow fighting?
But I went online and saw some videos of it, and they actually just got pillows stuffed and going at it.
That's stupid.
It is. But I guess whatever the public sort of wants or gravitates to, people will come up with it.
I guess. People do it to be paid for entertainment.
And these pillows
are
equipped with like handles and ripstop nylon. And each bout lasts 90 seconds. Now, how many rounds they go, I'm not sure. But I just thought that was very interesting when I saw that. I was like, we just make a sport out of anything.
Clearly.
Now, we have the Olympics that is happening or gearing up to start here at the end of the month, I believe July 26th. As we know, our Team USA Olympic roster is all together we have Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Deanna Taurasi, which is probably her last Olympics.
This is the U.S. Olympic roster
for the WNBA.
Okay.
Well, for the women's basketball team. But Deanna Taurasi is probably her last because I can't picture her sticking around 4 more years playing the game. But Elisa Thomas, Brittany Griner, Nafisa Collier, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Kayla Copper, Sabrina Ionescu, and Chelsea Gray makes up your women's team.
What I found more interesting is that we have 15 athletes right here from the DMV, the District, Maryland, and Virginia. That's what the DMV stands for, you guys. So 15 athletes right here from the DMV who qualified for the Olympics.
Yeah, I saw that a couple of them are in swimming and...
Well, yes, you got Katie Ledecky, who is, a big name in swimming. I didn't realize she was from Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Then several other swimmers, yes. Tori Husky, Aaron Gimmel, Phoebe Bacon. Then we got some diving, Greg Duncan, track and field, Noah Lyles. Quincy Wilson is the youngest U.S. male track and field athlete to man an Olympic team. He's 16 years old from Bowie.
Wow.
A Bowie native.
What is his event?
It says track and field, so I'm sure he does. It looks like the 400 meter, and I think he does a relay.
Okay.
So he probably does several things in track and field.
Usually they all do.
Yeah, but he's a Bullis High School junior.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty.
So he might have quite a few Olympics ahead of him then.
Yeah. Congratulations to him. And then we have Messiah Russell, who's from Potomac, Maryland, female. She graduated from Bullis. So Bullis High School is putting out some Olympic athletes.
That's what it sounds like. That's the place to go if you want to go toward the Olympics.
Yeah. Then Kevin Durant is on the men's basketball team, and he's from Washington, D.C. He grew up right here in Prince George's County.
What about that tennis player from Baltimore, I believe, or somewhere?
Oh, yeah. I can't think of his name.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know if he's competing in the Olympics or not. I don't see his name here.
Okay.
But several DMV Olympic athletes. So congratulations to all 15 of you. Even though I did not call all your names, we know who you are. And congratulations. Go out there and represent. Some of them are even in the Paralympics. So congratulations to them. Look forward to seeing all of them compete.
Definitely. Now, did you know, switching gears back to the WNBA a little bit, did you know the Aces, Las Vegas Aces, they're the first franchise in WNBA history to sell out all their regular season home games. And again, I think the surge is because of the new rookies that are in the league now. And be honest, the women's basketball, the dynamics for it is changing. I mean, some, if not a lot of the women can beat some of the guys that I know or seen play in college. So kudos to them stepping up their game.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Now it's going to be very interesting to see who gets Rookie of the Year, because I think it's pretty much between Caitlin and Reese. But Reese, I think, has a leg up because she has hit a lot of, I think, triple doubles. which is basically never been done in the WNBA by a rookie or a vet. The streak that she's on for a double-double. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know when they would announce it because I think the EPSI Awards are coming up.
They're tonight.
Which is July the 11th.
Yes.
So we will see. And of course, the women's gymnastic team for the Olympics, we have Simone Biles, Suni Lee, Jordan Childs, Jade Carey, and Hesley Rivera. So it should be an interesting competition going on there as well. And moving on to not the WNBA, but the NBA, Klay Thompson. You know who Klay Thompson is, right? He used to play for the Golden State Warriors, forward. Well, now he's playing for Dallas. He agreed to like a $50 million deal with the Mavericks.
Yeah, okay. I had to think about it. Yes.
Yeah, so I was surprised they let him go because he's an excellent player. I was hoping that the Lakers could squeeze him in, but their salary cap is just too much. And of course, LeBron James signed back with the Lakers. Actually, I think he signed for $3 million less than what he could have signed for as a veteran under his contract. So that shows that he is trying to make cap room for the Lakers to help them rebuild and bring in key players to push them forward.
He had to make cap room so they could bring his son on.
Well, that's small pennies.
Probably, but
as
still.
A second-round pick. But as we know, LeBron is the oldest NBA player at this present time. I think he's like 39 years old. And I tell you, he doesn't look like he's slowing down. I give him kudos on that. So we'll see.
Right. And you didn't mention that since we've been gone, Boston won the championship.
Yes, which I predicted. I said Boston from the beginning. Go back and listen to the tapes. I said Boston was going to win the whole thing because they're a more well-rounded team. Now, with that said, I think the guy who got the MVP of the series, I believe his last name was Brown, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't make the Olympics, though.
Who? Oh, yeah.
But it was, I think, 3 players from Boston's team made the Olympics. So, well, everybody can't do it. Got to fill in where you can. Also, going back to the Steelers real quick talking about the Steelers, we talked about Pittsburgh Pirates. Staying in Pittsburgh area, there was a cornerback for the Steelers, Cameron Sutton, who's been suspended without pay for the first 8 games of the 2024 regular season for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. Now, what he did, I have no idea. I looked, couldn't find anything. So who knows what the violation under personal conduct means. But it must have been severe that they suspended him for 8 games. So let me quiz you real quick.
Interesting.
Who do you think is the highest paid quarterback? I'll give you a hint. There's 2 of them tied for the number 1 spot.
It's somebody that you don't expect it to be.
I'll give you one name. Trevor Lawrence is one.
He's the highest paid? See,
$55 million.
Who would have thought Trevor Lawrence would be the highest paid?
Second highest paid.
Tua?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, Burrow.
He's tied for first with Trevor. And then we have Jared Goff at $53 million, Justin Herbert at $52.5 million, Lamar Jackson at $52 million, which Lamar brokered his own deal, so he doesn't have to split it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jalen Hurts at $51 million. And the unique thing about all of them, none of them have won a Super Bowl. And only 3 on that list been to the Super Bowl. So you don't have to win a Super Bowl to get paid big bucks.
Clearly. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, it's this one kid that's playing in the Olympics on the men's basketball team. He's like, I think, 17 years old. And he is committed to going to Duke, I believe, this fall. But he's been holding his own. I mean, he's a forward. He can handle the ball. He can shoot the ball. He can rebound. And they said he doesn't play like a 17-year-old. As a matter of fact, the kid name is Cooper Flag. And Kevin Durant stated, and I quote, "He looks like a hell of a player. He's 17 years old, coming in here playing like a vet almost. No emotion, just going out there and doing his job. That's a good sign." So,
He's on the men's basketball team?
yeah.
How did he get on the men's basketball team?
I think they picked one college player. And in this case, he hasn't even started at Duke yet. He starts this fall, but they end up picking him to represent. So, because I think they usually pick one or two college players, if I'm not mistaken. Because in the past, it used to be all college players, but because of teams around the world were far better and older, we went back to having our professional team play. But so I'm kind of excited to see this kid, Cooper Flag, see how well he does, not only in the Olympics, but in college as well. Now, a piece of history here now. Bynum Gourmet, he's a cyclist, and he's the first Black cyclist to triumph at the Tour de France.
Right.
Celebrating his achievement on the podium after winning the race's third stage in Turin, Italy. So kudos to him.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah, I just thought that was very interesting.
The men they're playing exhibition games right now, right?
Correct.
For the Olympics.
They just beat up on Canada.
Did they play last night or do they play tonight?
I'm not sure. They've been playing for a minute, but I'm not sure if they play tonight or not. But they definitely put a whooping on Canada, or at least they put on a show. Because I tell you, LeBron and Steph Curry, they look pretty good out there together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like to see them play together because this is probably going to be the only time you see that.
And as we know, SGA, he played for Canada, so he didn't have all the support like he does in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of them playing for Canada. Andrew Nimhard is playing for Canada, too.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely.
Tiger also realized that he has some limitations, switching gears, and is maybe hanging up his competitive golf clubs.
And focus on his son.
Or just focus on anything except competing after the last couple of times that he tried and did not do well.
Well, he's taken a pretty big beating on his body over the years, so it's understandable. Nope.
I like to see him focus in on his son and get him ready and return that favor, do for your son what your dad did for you.
Right. And his son seems like he's on a roll. He won, I think, the junior competition. I don't know if it's a PGA sponsored or not, but he is coming into his own. Let's put it that way. And also, I know we were talking about LeBron. His son in the summer league has been doing an okay job, I guess. There's a lot of expectations because he's LeBron's son, but you got to put it in perspective and look at his abilities as a basketball player and not try to compare it with his dad's. But he, on his last outing, he had 3 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. So.
I know people have not been kind to him, but they need to think of this differently. I mean, LeBron and his son playing on the same team, he's not just making history, he's making Black history.
Right.
And so kudos to him for that as well. And he should use his position to further the position of his kids and his family.
Oh, definitely.
Because everybody else does. Why shouldn't he?
Yeah.
We get it all in our feelings when we see it being done. And then in the same voice, we're complaining about it's never done for us, and so it's just a double-edged sword. So LeBron, you and your son go out there and play. Y'all just better win, but you all go out there and play and know that y'all ain't out there for fun.
Right.
But do your thing.
And I'm sure they will. And with the Team USA in the Olympics and the team they've built for basketball, they should bring home the gold.
They should, yeah, but it's going to be interesting. So many of our players go play for other countries.
Right.
That's always interesting to me too.
Especially since the league is, I would say about 40% foreigners. It's just gotten outrageous where it's difficult for players from the U.S. to make the NBA these days because of all the foreign players. Just look at the recent draft. The first, I think, 2 players came from overseas, one from France, or they both might have been from France.
Right, yeah.
So, which is crazy. But one thing I guess we can hang our hat on is out of the last 20 gold medals, when it comes to basketball, men's basketball, we've won 16. So we're still holding our own. So what are your thoughts on the Olympics moving forward the areas of like gymnastics and some of the other events?
Well, Simone Biles, who's been labeled the GOAT, it's going to be interesting to see her compete for a full Olympics because we didn't get to see that last time because she pulled out. So hopefully she's in a good place and where she needs to be mentally to do what she needs to do and accomplish whatever it is that she wants to accomplish. But everybody wants to see her perform.
Right.
But there are a lot of good people on that U.S. team. So that's always interesting. Track and field, Sha'Carri Richardson, everybody's looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah, because she didn't make the Tokyo because of the THC.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got a lot of unfinished business for this Olympics. I think the U.S. team in different events that they need to go ahead and answer the mail on. So
definitely, I think we're going to do pretty good in the track and field, especially in the women's arena. So
yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I'm ready for it to get started. It seems like we've been talking about it, and then we had the Olympic trials, which kind of confused everybody because it's like, oh, is it the Olympics? It's like, no, we're still trying to decide who's going, and so now we got our team, and everybody's been named and qualified, and so. Now we're just waiting for July 26th? Yeah.
And
so it's like, let's get it on.
Right. And they said that the opening ceremony is to be the first time that it take place on water because it's going to be on the Seine River.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of interested in seeing how they're going to make this happen with the athletes and everything else.
Well, if you've seen that commercial, it looks like every country is on a boat. And then they got the flag for that boat. And so they probably, it can't be that many camera angles because then you would see too many countries before they announce the country. Because normally when they're walking in, they announce the country and then the camera pans out.
Well, I don't know how they're going to do it. Yeah, because if they come down on boats, they're all going to be right there together.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like all the country boats will be together because that river is not that wide. It's very narrow.
Right.
So it's going to be a very limited camera angle, which is going to be not what you're used to seeing at an opening games because so many other things are happening. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
It's going to be interesting. Now, another interesting point is there's a 29-year-old Erin Jackson. She became the first Black woman to win a gold medal in the Olympic speed skating, and she was 29 at the time. So that's another history point, the first Black woman to win this gold medal in speed skating, which you don't hear about a lot of Blacks in general involved in speed skating. And I know you mentioned Quincy Wilson, the 16-year-old. So it's going to be real interesting, especially I think he's doing the 4x400 meter relay you mentioned.
Yes, I think that's one of his events.
Yeah. So I'm excited and can't wait to see him.
I don't know. I don't think when we left, I don't think Zeke has signed with the Cowboys when we left.
I think he did.
Before we left?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because he signed for, I want to say, $3 million. Because that was the same amount that Dak had reduced on his contract for this year. Did you know, too, that I know we talk about Aja Wilson for the Aces, but she had played one game where she had 24 points, 20 rebounds, 3 steals, and 4 blocks against, who was it that they were playing? I think it was the Seattle Storm. I tell you, she should be the MVP because she's been on a tear.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Well, until the July 26th, I think we said, we'll have more to come on the Olympics and the build-up. And please continue to listen to us on your particular platform. But if you have questions or comments and you'd like to pass them on to us, you can email us at memywifeandsports@yahoo.com. Again, that's memywifeandsports@yahoo.com. If you want to email us to let us know any comments or just to say, hey, enjoying your show, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Any parting words, Darcy?
Oh, did you know that Derek White from Boston is replacing Kawhi Leonard on the U.S. basketball team?
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not.
So
maybe that's why it's ended up being 3 from Boston.
Yeah.
That's going to be on it.
Yes. And this is the last calendar month without football. So everybody just hold on. August is almost here.
And just so you know, and I think we've mentioned it before, Darcy is the commissioner of our fantasy league going into her, I think, 14th or 15th year. And she's very stoked on winning this year. Just so you know, she hasn't won it at all, but we're keeping hope alive.
You just always have to tell that part, right?
And I've won it twice. Last year's reigning champ. Maybe I'll post it on our Facebook page, the trophy in the ring. The money's already been spent, so. Which I didn't see. She was holding the money,
right,
so
right.
We know how that goes, right? But we're starting that up here in August with our draft. And for all of our listeners who participate, be ready, because I feel a repeat in my bag of tricks.
Okay.
So we will see.
We will see.
With that said, that concludes our show, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and more to come. Again, this is starting our season 2. And Darcy, any final thoughts?
No, just have a good day. Stay cool. And remember, your mate is a reflection of you.